Hey, hello, and welcome back. I am Debbie Peterson of Getting to Clarity, and this is another episode of Success Without Sacrifice. Today, we are talking about integrity. Integrity in business. Everybody thinks that they know what integrity is, but I'll tell you what, a lot of good people have really gotten tripped up by it. So we're going to dive a little deeper into it today, and I'm going to give you some tips and strategies about how you can embody more integrity in your leadership and share a story that really helps to drive the point home, kind of a tragic story from my corporate days. So tune in and get the tips that you deserve. So today, integrity. Again, people think they know what it is. Yes, I have integrity, but I'll tell you what, a lot of good people can really get tripped up by big things and small things, by going in a direction that they think is the right direction or trying to protect something for the right reason. They end up making the wrong decision. As a leader in your business, and especially if you are a woman in leadership or if you are an aspiring leader in leadership, you kind of have to have a tighter line. It really needs to be the keystone of how you show up at work. And I remember an experience that I wanted to share with you today when I was in investor relations in a publicly traded company, and two of my bosses went to jail. Not a fun time, to say the least. And it was really a difficult situation all the way around. The company had made some acquisitions. Some of the acquisitions didn't turn out as well as they thought. They were trying to play catch up, one more good acquisition and they'd be in the clear. But what ended up happening is that they made some decisions for what they thought were the right reasons for the company to survive. And it really produced horrific results. They ended up overstating earnings. The SEC got involved. The FBI got involved, the U.S. attorney got involved, and the company ceases to exist in this day. And, these were good people and they had families and they made some bad decisions. So it changed the trajectory of their life forever, as well as the company didn't survive. And I know that sounds dramatic, but I'm making a point in that a lot of people make decisions they feel are the right ones for the right reasons, and they're not. And integrity is really what helps you to sort that out. So as you're moving up in leadership, as you're maintaining, your teams, if it's building loyalty and credibility and visibility, then integrity needs to be part of the equation. Even those small things that we encounter on a day-to-day basis. So do you have it? Do you have enough of it? Do you need more of it? Those are some of the things that's just really hard to measure. So I have 10 questions that I want to share with you. And what I'd encourage you to do is to ponder these. Just sit with these questions and see what comes up for you. There may be things that I've got this. There may be other things that it's kind of like, well, in a certain situation, I don't know what I would do. You have an opportunity. And anytime that you've been pressed into a difficult situation, and you wished on the other side you would have done something different, it's an opportunity for you to build more integrity. So, good does come out of it. So to consider these questions, grab a journal. Maybe you take a question at a time, but here's what I want you to fully consider. And if you'd like these questions, just send me an email to debbie@gettingtoclarity.com. With a subject line, integrity questions, and I'll be happy to send these to you. So the first question is, do you take full responsibility for your actions, even your mistakes? It takes a big person to admit when they're wrong. I know that you've heard that before, and that can be a very uncomfortable proposition, especially if you are dealing with maybe senior leadership, to admit that you made a mistake. And all of these can show up on a spectrum. It can be a little tiny omission. It can be something much bigger, like what I described before. So first question, do you take responsibility for your actions? Full responsibility, even your mistakes. Second question, do you give other people credit for their ideas and participation? Have there been times where you have been tempted or you have taken someone's idea and you've made it your own? So do you give others full credit? And especially as a leader, servant leadership, it is putting those that you work with ahead of yourself. Number 3, do you respect others and their beliefs? I'm telling you, coming back into this environment after we've been working from home for such a long time, respecting others is going to be a big issue. Respecting others' beliefs, their choices, their decisions is already causing some friction and is likely to cause more. So with that added to it, can you respect others? It doesn't mean you need to agree with them, but can you respect them and their ideas and beliefs, their choices? Number 4, are you authentic? Are you authentic in how you show up personally and professionally? Or are you someone else when you show up at work? In which case, how much energy is it costing you to show up that way? Number 5, are you afraid to be wrong and therefore always need to be right? That can be a real slippery slope if you are not willing to be wrong, if you're not willing to make a mistake, if you're not willing to risk that. Putting yourself ahead of other people, no matter the cost, can get you into trouble. So are you afraid to be wrong and therefore always need to be right? Considering that. Number 6, do you speak up when you know something is wrong? You know, we've been in situations that we know something is going on. Is it just easier to turn away, or do you speak up even though it's going to be challenging? Number 7, do others consider you trustworthy? What do you think? Do others consider you trustworthy? Are you reliable? Are you consistent? So thinking about that, how you appear to others. And if you don't know, then you've got an opportunity to do some more digging. Do you struggle making tough decisions? In leadership, there are always tough decisions. I'll tell you, I have lived through more mergers, acquisitions, companies closing, companies downsizing than you can really shake a stick at. And some tough decisions needed to be made. And are you willing to make those tough decisions? Are you willing to stick by those tough decisions, or do you shy away from them? So considering that. Number 9, do you have fear of or avoid difficult conversations? You know, it would be nice if everybody got along. It's not possible with all of the personalities, and a healthy discussion can be something where the sum is greater than the parts. So do you have a fear of or avoid difficult conversations? Are you working on your communication skills as a leader so that you can show up the way that you need to and have difficult conversations? And then finally, number 10, do you walk the talk? Are you setting a good example for your direct reports? Are they seeing you leading by example? And at work, that's one piece of it. But how about at home? Who are the people that you're responsible for at home? And how can you empower them when they see you walking the talk, having the difficult conversations, being willing to address the difficult situations? How are you embodying integrity, both professionally and personally, to set the example? So what I want to leave you with, besides these 10 questions, and again, if you'd like these questions, just send me an email to debbie@gettingtoclarity.com, and in the subject line, put integrity questions, and I'll be happy to send those to you. But I want to leave you with integrity is a process. It is something that we are exploring as long as we're alive, because there are always new situations, especially in leadership, especially as we grow in our leadership, as we grow as people, we're going to have opportunities to make the right decisions, and possibly in very difficult situations. You know, it is something that it takes time to build your reputation. You know, reputation is what people see outside of you. Character is what is inside of you. And that's really what integrity is about. So it takes time to build, and it can take a nanosecond to destroy with a bad decision. And so integrity is something that has to be part of your leadership journey. Consider these questions and see where you have room to grow and expand. And until the next time, here is wishing you all of the clarity that you deserve, diving into the integrity that you need. So have a really great day, and bye-bye for now.